Hey there, everybody. It's Fire. We are bringing you a interesting video game, Clive Barker's Undying. I'm sure you've heard of it, and if not, where have you been for the past 20 years? 20 years. This came out on Valentine's Day, 2001, so going on 20 years now. This is a game I never played. I watched my older brother play it because I was too scared to play it, and he was horrible. He still is horrible at video games, and so I always got mad at him because he would never do the right thing and he would never solve the puzzle. He would always just try to kill the thing, but in certain parts it's like the thing's unkillable, and I was like, bro, you have to move this thing here. And I just remember like seeing the monsters and just being terrified. I was 5. So yeah, this game has a little bit it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. It's a fun one. I think that's enough of an intro. You guys will kind of get the gist of it. Let me, first and foremost, I have to make sure everything's formatted properly. So sorry YouTube, sorry Twitch. We're doing it live, folks. Also, people on YouTube, this is going on Twitch, so if I'm talking to other people, that is why. Gotta make sure the volume isn't gonna blow you out of the water here. It's kind of loud. That's pretty loud. Hang on. I can fix this. I can't fix it in game, sadly. They don't allow me to control every little thing, but I can fix that. Perfect. Let's watch a cinematic.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition and its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labelled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the Europeans. Me commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit in the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
Alright, so I realized, do we have subtitles? Subtitles. Can I have 10 quality? Is that something we can do? Subtitles. We're gonna also crank up the brightness. Yeah, for you guys at home. Not only that, can I, once again, we're doing this live, I apologize. Spero, 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 spero. Let's see, can I make you a little bit brighter? I think that's good. Look, this is the kind of game I don't want you guys to, because on my screen it is bright. In fact, I'm gonna drag that back down. Yeah, I think that is good. Let me know if that is too dark. Once again, I want to just check the levels real quick. I promise in 10 seconds I will no longer be tabbing in and out. Back to the game. So a lot's gonna happen. I played the first 30 seconds just to make sure I could, my system could play it because it is an older game. Let's see what happens. All right, here we are at press F3 to access my journal. Reading. Oh, I didn't realize. Each time my past memory fades from memory, fate has a terrible habit of, God, why does the H look like a B? Habit of reawakening me. Most often, the unpleasant name of Otto Kissinger is the vehicle of remembrance, but not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It has been years since I have heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. My joy at reading his name was quickly replaced by sorrow, then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I have not set foot on Irish soil since poor Gwendolyn's death. Oh, poor Gwendolyn. And I did not think anything would make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without a sound? How was that knife in my hand, and why was Kissinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. He speaks of his sickness as a family illness no medicine can cure. Regardless, I will go to my friend. I have booked passage on a steamliner leaving tomorrow, arriving in 4 days' time. I hope I am not recognized by the authorities. I hope I'm not too late. What the hell? Remembrances? The Gelhazar Stone. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. These are my... okay. Look, we're going to go through all this just so you guys know. The Gelhazar Stone. I've carried the artifact ever since the day Jeremiah gave it to me, following the battle with the Tresanti. It seems to throw out a shock wave of considerable force, and ever since I acquired the stone, I have noticed strange shinings and visual anomalies. However, the power of the stone has its dark side. On occasion, a beast from beyond this world has attacked me. My only explanation for its appearance is that I was using the stone's power for too long. I have not seen the beast for a while, of course. I have not needed the stone. Dun dun dun. Oh, what do you got to say about your trusty revolver? My trusty revolver! I should have written this game. Clive Barker, move over. A six-shot weapon of forged metal grace. Durable yet lightweight. My military peace has seen many a country and spilled much blood over the years. Apostrophe. Apostrophe, as they say. Oh my god. Okay. Like I'm back in college. A spell that allows me to see and bear past events from the geographic location in which I happen. Why is that sentence necessary? Which I have to be standing. It also casts an ethereal light on enemies, and darker areas give me the ability to see my foes as well as find my way. I must be careful to use it as it has no offensive in its use, as it has no offensive power, and it seems to drain my energies for short durations. Learned men have stated that they believe that man has yet to unlock the full potential of the mind. While traveling to the Orient after the war, I met up with a local seer who told me that I was the one who become the chosen few, one of only a handful of individuals that he had ever met that had this ability. He called it scrying, to be able to read portions of the past. Most of the people who possess this power, he said, over the course of their lives eventually fell into disability, mind tired from the barrage of images and sounds that could be heard from both the past, the present, the real, and the unreal. I know I have the ability to scry because in the subtle words I hear calling within me at times, begging me to look deeper into the past, deeper at what actually isn't even in front of me. But I am truly wondering if this is the gift I dreamed of or a sick curse placed on me by an outside force. Meet with your old friend Jeremiah. Covenant. Cool. Jesus Christ almighty. So this is the place. I remember this area well. This is, this terrifies me. This terrifies me. I need to turn down the sound a little bit. It's very loud. It's very loud. One last time, and I think we will be good to go. Stream, Twitch, you let me know if it's too quiet or whatnot, okay? You guys are great. So, let's just honestly dive right in. So first and foremost, I'm gonna look around. There are rats. I know they attack you. That's something I remember. Hey, let's take a look outside. Can I go back? Jesus. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me. Okay. Hello, rats. I remember this guy. Hello?
You're Jeremiah's old war buddy, right?
Indeed.
There's my gun. Alright, we'll put the gun away for now. We'll... Get me out of there. Thank you. All right, in we go. Oh, Jesus.
I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. I apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity for most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
I don't trust her. All right, I promise. Last time, for sure. We're gonna go ahead and move. Oh no, that's not me. We're gonna move me up to about there. Sounds good. That looks good to me. All right, boys. Let's get weird. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, Jesus. All right, you know what? It's gun time, boys. I will.
Won't budge.
Oh, no. Oh,
Patrick, you made it.
where I'm supposed to be.
Service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
Okay, two things. First off, bring down that voiceover a touch. Secondly, can we talk about how big his gun was? It was like the size of his forearm. His little pistol, this little pistol? Alright, what are we doing here? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I have arrived in time, apparently just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow's old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate, problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state, and has requested that I investigate. I, of course, agreed. Before I could ponder where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's room screamed from downstairs. Often where to begin is the most difficult step. Investigate the noise downstairs. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a fan. This is for me. This is not for you. Weapon fire, left mouse. That's all I need to know, baby. No. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hello, Satan. Okay. Okay. Look, I know how video games work. I'm gonna go in here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hello? He's a poet. And he didn't even know it. I'm gonna see something in this mirror. Oh my God! Milady? Stay down. Stay down, Satan. Jesus Christ, I'm horrible at shooting. Okay. Cracked glass? No. Not the housekeeper. You want to know how I got these? Oh my Jesus, criminy. Ah! Okay. Okay, yep. I'm just a terrible shot. Really? Please. Okay. We're going to change that. We're going to change the controls a little bit. Mouse sensitivity. We're gonna bring that down a touch. Maybe I should just bring my own DPI down. Yo, Panda, how we doing? I've gained a health pack. How do I use a health pack? What? Oh, you don't go down in one shot, huh? You... Satan? Satan, is that you? How do I use a health pack? Should I use a health pack? How much does a health pack give me? Health pack, inventory. Okay. I mean, cool. That's fine, I guess. Alright, can I reload? Ah! Come on! Come on, you... Okay. 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 You are only stealing me. Come on! Hey! Hey now. Okay, but actually though, how do you use enter? Okay, sure. Enter is a health pack, which that kind of sucks because enter's all the way on the other side of my keyboard. So what else? I'm gonna keep the gun out. You figuring out how to play? I'm figuring out something, Panda. Figuring out something here. Door's locked. Cool. Good. Good. Thank God. Just give me a linear storyline. Just tell me where to go, how to get there. Think I can shoot that thing from over here? Think it'll blap. Blap. Yo. He's learning. How's the weather? Oh, it's snowing. I'm looking at Triss's car right now out in the driveway. It is just covered. So, listen, Satan. Man, look at these textures. Sorry, there's a journal entry. We're gonna do a journal entry real quick. Deep breath, deep breath. Okay. Lovely. I have just returned from the Standing Stones. Whatever inspired an ancient people to build these stones out on that windswept isle, I cannot guess. While I've seen sights like this before, something about the stones has resonance within me. Why would ancient people trouble themselves? Sorry, it looks like the missiles to build these monoliths on such an isolated island. It would have been far easier to establish a similar ritual area on the mainland itself. I find it curious that for as long as my family has owned this house, no one has taken it upon themselves to truly research the island which we own. Considering I had not returned to the manor since I was a child, I never realized the curious nature of my inheritance. Why does this area have such a strange collection of archaeological artifacts? While I strongly doubt there's any connection between Neolithic stones, a decaying monastery, and the tower that the estate was built and wraps itself around, the significance of three archaeological sites cannot be denied. The tower is a local legend itself. Supposedly, during a great storm, the tower just appeared on this site. Of course, no one can tell me when this happened. All I can tell is that this is a gutted shell of what it once was. No doubt this is why it has been sealed off for so long. The monastery is now a crumbled, ruin. It certainly is just a remnant of some reclusive order of monks. Seems that island is dotted with these retreats. I will have to travel to the island someday. Perhaps I will take the children. Joseph. I assume Joseph is the father of all of these kids. Well, man, I'll tell you what. I took my car out at like 10 o'clock or so to go. I did a grocery pickup, which we can talk about that if you want to. The grocery pickup was really cool. It is now covered in snow again. So all that jazz. Cool. Let's see what happened to our dear host. Hang on, can we talk about the door real quick? A double-hinged door? These people must be rich. Sit yourself, sir. Sit yourself. Sorry. Patrick! Or whatever his name is.
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebah stone.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebah on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Panda, I have not found captions, sadly. That was like the first thing I looked for. What? Oh, ectoplasm. I got diddled. Can I go to bed? Can I just stay in bed? Turn up game noise? Oh, could you really not hear? I'm so sorry. That's on me. No. Yo. Yo. Talk about. Anyway, you can't show that on Twitch. Nice roaring fire. I'm sorry, I didn't have anyone here to troubleshoot with me, so I'm just going off what I can hear. That's completely my bad. I will turn up, I can just turn up voiceover. I assume that would increase their sounds. Basically what he said, was he is going to go ahead, yeah, no, I would prefer captions. We can check through the menu real quick while game noise is usually very low, but most games that's fine. Right. Check video. Right, nothing. I change it to 32-bit if I wanted to. My desired FPS is 60 plus, please. Yeah, there's nothing here for captions. Yeah, so for everyone who didn't hear, what they said was Patrick, the patriarch, if you will, Patrick Covenant, he took him and his brothers and sisters out to that island with those stones, and he read from his dad's book, and something answered him. And his siblings are all dead now, even though we've now seen one of them. Look under audio. This is all I have. I have enabled 3D hardware, higher sound quality, ambient noise, sound effects noise, and voiceover. And I have a body floating in what looks like water and a little like bird's nest. So I go to the website. Maybe it's under controls. Maybe there's an audio control. Nope. Nope. I just want to get back to my old crosshair. Just give me the old crosshair. I don't want a smiley face, you freaking weirdos. That's fine. So yeah. Well, for everyone on YouTube, you guys are great. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I know we didn't get terribly too far into it, but we are definitely going to get into it next episode. So I hope to see you all there. So, thank you as always for watching. And this is Fire, signing off.